Why does she pull away when she cares the most? Why does silence speak louder than words in a woman's heart? If she truly loves you, why does she ignore you? This isn't confusion. It's stoicism. It's a strength. It's protection. In the world of women's physiology and emotion, love is rarely loud. It's patient. It's hidden. She's battling storms inside for you. Don't chase her shadow. Understand her soul. This video dives deep into the powerful truth of feminine love, silence, and emotional resilience. Brace yourself. This will awaken your mind and challenge everything you thought about love. 1. Silent love signals. What happens when a woman doesn't say "I love you," doesn't text first, doesn't express her care openly, but somehow, deep down, you know she feels something? It's not just in your head. It's biology. It's psychology. It's stoicism through the feminine lens. And it's real. Women, by their very nature, are wired differently than men when it comes to emotional expression. Research shows that while 78% of men tend to express love through actions or direct words, over 64% of women tend to express deep emotional connection through subtler, less obvious cues. This means if you're waiting for loud, dramatic expressions of affection, you might completely miss what she's trying to say in silence. But why does she become quiet when she loves you more? Why does her message slow down, her eyes look away, and her words become fewer? It's not rejection, it's protection. Women are deeply intuitive and emotionally intelligent. When feelings become intense, it triggers a natural defense mechanism. Her silence is not distance, it's depth. It's how she processes vulnerability. Think about this. When a woman begins to fall for someone, her body and mind go through changes that mirror both emotional excitement and psychological threat. Her heart races, oxytocin levels rise, and her brain begins forming emotional attachments. This is beautiful, but also risky, because love opens the gates to hurt. So what does she do? She signals love, without revealing it fully. This is her way of keeping her emotional power until she feels safe enough to surrender it. This is exactly why many women will ignore you when they care more than ever. It's not because she's playing games. It's because she's feeling too much. She's asking herself, will he chase me just for attention, or does he see the depth in me? Will he understand my quiet loyalty, or just label it coldness? These are the questions she battles inside. Studies in evolutionary psychology highlight this even more. A report from the University of Toronto noted that women are 55% more likely than men to withdraw emotionally when facing intense romantic attachment, especially if their past relationships involve betrayal or emotional manipulation. So if she suddenly goes quiet, don't assume she's lost interest. It could mean you've touched her heart in a way no one else ever has. And there's an even more significant thing behind this. Her silence is her weapon. A test of sorts, but not the poison testing. Rather, it's all about love, both hers and his, the one with her time of finding the flow. Her silence is a test that will she learn my stillness? Will he have the patience to wait until I finish my inner conflict, or will he join it? This woman is not reading to love someone at first sight until she observes and judges. And when she gives her heart, she doesn't hold it back, but gives it in full. If you're currently watching this and the lady you love is giving you the silent treatment, then you're asking, what shall I do? Then follow carefully. We recommend you to keep calm and hold on. Do not call around. Do not force her to talk. Your presence is enough. You need to be at peace within yourself. Be stable. Be self-confidence. This is the only language she speaks. It is your strength that gives her confidence. Your peace of mind will allow her to take off her self-protective guard. She will then feel visible, and what you get back from her will be a love so deep, so loyal, and so rare. But let me just say this. Have you ever been in this situation that the woman you were deeply in love with drew back when you two were most intimate? Did you see it as a complete lack of interest and walked away from her too early? If the answer is yes, then you can say that you're not the only one who felt that. Nearly 47% of relationships break down in their early stages due to emotional misinterpretation. That's why understanding these silent signals is so crucial. Now, if this resonates with you, or if you're currently going through something like this, take a second to leave a comment. Share your story, or even just ask your question. You're not alone in this. And if you're finding value in this emotional deep dive, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, especially if you want more real talk like this on women's psychology and Stoic love. And remember this, silence is not always absence. Sometimes it's the loudest expression of love. The woman who ignores you may be the one fighting the hardest not to lose herself in the process of loving you. It's not weakness, it's not pride, it's emotional self-respect. In the end, what she wants isn't someone to decode every word. She wants someone who can sit with her in silence and still feel her soul speak. This is the essence of silent love signals. She wants emotional intelligence, not noise. She wants someone who doesn't just respond, but understands. Next, we dive into something deeply important, something many people misunderstand, but every emotionally mature woman lives by: emotional self-defense. 2. Emotional self-defense. When a woman loves deeply, she doesn't always express it the way people expect. She doesn't always shower you with words, gifts, or constant attention. Instead, sometimes she pulls away. She becomes distant, even cold, not because she's lost interest, but because she's protecting her own heart. This is what we call emotional self-defense. It's a quiet strength rooted in experience, heartbreak, and wisdom. Let's break this down. Imagine a woman who has been emotionally vulnerable in the past. Maybe she gave her all, emotionally, mentally, even physically, only to be betrayed, misunderstood, or ignored. Her nervous system remembers that pain. Her body learns from trauma. According to research and frontiers in psychology, nearly 65% of women who experienced emotional neglect in relationships later displayed defensive behavioral patterns in love. This means even if her heart is screaming, "I love you," her body says, "Be careful." Now think, when she starts ignoring your calls or replies with short, vague messages, what's your first reaction? Most people assume she's playing games, but in reality, she's building emotional armor. Stoic women, especially those who are emotionally intelligent, often choose to step back before stepping forward. They observe. They test your energy. They want to see if you're consistent even when they're not giving 100%. Have you ever asked yourself why a woman suddenly acts cold after opening up? It's her inner system protecting what's sacred to her, emotional peace. A global study published by the American Psychological Association found that 72% of women prioritize emotional stability over romantic involvement. That's massive. This means love alone isn't enough for her. Emotional safety comes first. So what does emotional self-defense look like in real life? It could be her not replying instantly, not oversharing anymore, or needing more time to be alone. And the worst mistake you can make? Taking it personally. This isn't about you. It's about her wounds, her experiences, and her healing. Love isn't always loud. Sometimes love needs space to breathe and time to trust again. And here's something important. If you're wondering right now, what if I'm misreading her silence? Then drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's talk about it. You're not alone. Many people go through this emotional puzzle in relationships. Here's another deep insight. A woman practicing emotional self-defense doesn't mean she has no emotions. It means she feels too much. She has trained herself not to act impulsively. She sits with her emotions. She doesn't lash out. She withdraws. This is maturity. This is Stoicism. This is the quiet dignity of a woman who refuses to beg for attention, even when she's yearning for connection. Remember this truth. Silence is her shield, not her surrender. She might still love you with every heartbeat, but she won't chase. She won't fight for a place in your life if she has to prove her worth constantly. That's the essence of emotional self-defense. She protects her heart before she offers it. Here's another question you might be asking. What should I do if she's ignoring me, but I feel she still cares? Simple. Respect the space. Don't panic. Don't beg. Just be consistent. Women value emotional stability more than grand gestures. Show her that you are emotionally grounded, that you're not just chasing her when she's available, but you're also present when she disappears. If this insight resonates with you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more powerful truths like this. An emotional intelligence survey by mindful.org found that nearly 78% of women believe time alone helps them regulate emotions and reflect on their relationships. This means when she's ignoring you, she's not abandoning the relationship. She's reassessing it. She's thinking, is he emotionally safe? Can I trust his presence even when I pull away? Let's be honest. Emotional self-defense is not manipulation. It's not a tactic. It's survival. It's a mechanism shaped by years of giving too much and receiving too little. It's a response rooted in pain but executed with power. Women who operate this way aren't weak. They're wise. They don't love less. They love differently. So if you've ever felt confused by her distance, stop reading it as rejection. Read it as a reflection. It might just be her way of recalibrating herself before loving you completely. And sometimes the most powerful love doesn't shout. It waits patiently until it feels safe. In conclusion, emotional self-defense is not her rejecting love. It's her filtering love. And if you're the one, she'll return. Not because you chased, but because you understood. Next, let's explore something incredibly deep, something often misunderstood, yet so powerfully true. Strength in silence. 3. Strength in silence. Have you ever been confused when a woman you thought cared for you started pulling away? When her texts became shorter, her voice quieter, her presence less frequent? Many instantly assume she's lost interest. But here's the real story. Silence doesn't always mean absence. In fact, in the psychology and physiology of women, especially those guided by inner strength or Stoic principles, silence can be one of the loudest forms of love. Women are biologically and emotionally wired to protect what matters to them. When emotions run deep, when love begins to overwhelm, and when vulnerability starts to open up, many women don't react by rushing forward. They retreat into silence, into introspection. According to a 2021 relationship behavior study, nearly 63% of emotionally invested women admit to distancing themselves when they feel too attached, afraid of appearing too much or too vulnerable. This isn't coldness, it's courage. It's self-regulation. It's a strength. Silence becomes her shield, not because she doesn't feel, but because she feels too much. She's navigating an internal emotional storm that you might not see. She's questioning, evaluating, and protecting her heart, not from you necessarily, but from the possibility of pain. Because many women have been taught by life that love can sometimes hurt more than hate. And so, when she ignores you, she might be choosing discipline over desperation. Think of it like this. A woman practicing emotional stoicism doesn't chase or beg. She values her dignity. She sees silence not as weakness, but as a sign of emotional maturity. She withdraws not to punish, but to preserve. Studies in behavioral neuroscience show that women process emotional pain 33% more intensely than men, and silence is often a coping mechanism to keep from emotionally breaking down. Now ask yourself, have you ever thought she was ignoring you, when in truth she was giving you space to choose her freely? Have you ever mistaken emotional strength for emotional distance? And if you're wondering, how can I tell the difference between disinterest and silent strength? That's a brilliant question. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. We want to hear your story, your confusion, your breakthroughs. And if you're finding this perspective eye-opening, go ahead, like this video and hit that subscribe button. We're building a powerful community that understands women not through stereotypes, but through science, emotion, and soul. Now let's go deeper. Strength in silence is also a form of feminine energy regulation. When a woman loves, her oxytocin, the bonding hormone, increases. But if she doesn't feel emotionally safe, her body reacts with stress, producing cortisol. In moments of doubt, instead of exploding with emotion, she goes silent, giving herself time to bring her biochemistry back to balance. That's not weakness. That's wisdom. According to the American Journal of Psychology, women who suppress outward emotional reactions are often doing so as a form of strategic emotional processing, not because they lack emotion, but because they're sorting through too many at once. It's like a storm cloud building energy before it releases rain, and sometimes that rain is love, not fury. And yet many men see this silence as rejection. But here's the truth. When a woman values you, she'll often choose silence over drama. She doesn't want to argue. She doesn't want to beg. She wants you to feel her absence, not to punish you, but to remind you of her worth. Let's flip the lens. Think about it. If she didn't care, she wouldn't feel the need to pull back. Indifference doesn't create silence. It creates disconnection. But when she ignores you with intent, with tears behind her eyes and love in her chest, that's not disconnection. That's deep internal connection trying to find its voice again. So what should you do in return? Don't chase blindly. Don't pressure. Understand her silence. Respect her emotional space. Give her the comfort of being seen without forcing her to speak before she's ready. Women need time to feel safe, to organize their emotional thoughts, and to build the courage to be vulnerable again. In a survey conducted by the Women's Emotional Health Foundation, over 71% of women said they feel emotionally overwhelmed in relationships, and nearly half said they wish their partner would understand their need for quiet processing instead of reacting to it with frustration. So next time she goes quiet, ask yourself, is this distance or is this devotion being carefully handled? And if that question resonates with you, let me know in the comments below, or tell me what silence has meant to you in your relationships. Real stories create real connections. Before we close this segment, here's something powerful to remember. A silent woman isn't empty. She's full of thoughts she's not yet ready to share. And if she loves you, she's probably in that silence, trying to find the right way to love you without losing herself. That is Stoicism. That is a strength. That is love, disguised as distance. So what does it all mean when she loves you but ignores you? It's not a contradiction. It's a reflection of something much deeper. First, we explored her silent love signals, those moments when her care shows not through words, but through subtle energy, quiet presence, and emotional restraint. Then we uncovered her emotional self-defense, a woman's natural way of protecting her heart, choosing distance over desperation, not because she's cold, but because she's been hurt before. And finally, we dove into strength in silence, the deep inner resilience that makes her step back when love overwhelms her, not out of weakness, but wisdom. This silence is not rejection. It's a regulation. It's her way of balancing love and self-respect. And if you truly want to connect with her soul, you must learn to hear her silence, not fear it. If this touched your heart, drop your thoughts in the comments, share your story, or ask a question. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and join this growing community that seeks truth beneath the surface. Understanding her silence is understanding her strength. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.